What's up, guys? Do you have the ABS light on, maybe a traction control light on, or maybe even both? More than likely, it's a faulty wheel speed sensor on your Jeep Wrangler. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front wheel speed sensor. But before we do that, let me show you a couple things to check before you just start replacing your wheel speed sensor. So before we do anything at all, we need to go ahead and pull the codes on this vehicle so we can figure out what wheel speed sensor is the culprit. So let's go ahead and give this a scan. A basic code reader with ABS function can do this for you, or obviously a scan tool. And if you don't have either one of these, most of the parts stores will scan your vehicle for free, at least around in my area. So you can always take a drive by there and see if they can scan your vehicle. So let's go ahead and go to the ABS functions and give it a read here. Okay, so it's saying we have a C100A left front wheel speed sensor circuit. So we know automatically we're having an issue with that sensor. So let's go ahead and go take a look. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go ahead and make sure your vehicle is safely on jack stands. And before we pull that wheel off to the side that's having the issue, go ahead and do a little shakedown and make sure you have no play in that wheel bearing. Because when you have play in that wheel bearing, it can cause some ABS sensor codes and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and completely roll that out before we throw a sensor in there. So I'm just going to do a side by side here. No play. Up and down here. No play. So to me, we have no issues with that wheel bearing. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and inspect the wheel speed sensor wiring and the connector. But if you see here, there is no wire coming from that wheel speed sensor. Normally it goes from the sensor right here, under this knuckle to this, and then over onto the brake line, and then back behind the shock tower, and that's where it connects. Well, you can see here, there is no wire coming from that wheel speed sensor, and it's right there. So something got snagged on this and ripped that sensor off there. But let's go ahead and look at the plug anyhow. Let's see if I can get a hold of that. So, yep, here's the other end of that wheel speed sensor. Go ahead and unplug this. Just like that. If yours still has the wire on it and it's not that obvious, go ahead and make sure you check that plug for any kind of corrosion or water, anything like that, and make sure the terminals look good. But you can see there's no issues with that, so we're good to go with that. So our issue here is definitely just the wiring. Okay, so if you didn't find anything in that visual inspection and you want to be 100% sure that it's that wheel speed sensor and not anything else in that circuit that's causing that light to be on, there are other tests that you can do, but it also requires more tools, more money to be able to do that. So there is something else you can do without having all those other tools that I feel like is a very good indicator that can tell you, yes, that sensor is bad, or no, that sensor is not bad, it's something else. So what you'll do is go ahead and swap this wheel speed sensor with the opposite side wheel speed sensor that you know that is good. So what you can do, you're going to swap those sensors, clear the codes, take the vehicle out and drive it, and see if the code stays on that same side or if it swaps to the other side. If that code swaps to the other side with the sensor that you took from the bad side, put to the other side, then you know that is a bad sensor and you can go ahead and replace that. So let's go ahead and get to replacing this sensor so we can save you guys a bunch of money without having to take this to a shop to get repaired. Also, guys, if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and link all the parts and tools that I'm using in this video in the description. They are Amazon links, but if you're curious about them, that's where they'll be. The first thing we can go ahead and do is start unhooking the wheel speed sensor wiring from the knuckle and the brake line so it gets slack in this wheel speed sensor wiring. Okay, now that we got all the wiring disconnected there, we're going to go ahead and pop this push pin back through the shock tower. So the connector is right on the opposite side of the shock tower. and this push pin is holding it to the back of that shock tower. So let's go ahead and use our pick here and push that through. Just like that. Now we're gonna go underneath the front of the vehicle and reach your arm up behind that shock tower and grab that wheel speed sensor harness. Go ahead and pull it down to you. This is the easiest way to disconnect this. It's really hard to reach behind that shock tower and get this disconnected. So I like to get slack in that wheel speed sensor and then pull it down below in the front here and be able to get it and disconnect it. So let's go ahead and disconnect this. Just like that. So now to get to this wheel speed sensor, you have to take the caliper off, the caliper bracket off, the rotor, and then you'll have access to that wheel speed sensor. But I'm not going to take the caliper and separate it from the bracket. I'm going to leave that all together as a unit. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and return this piston a tad bit with my pliers, so it makes it a little easier to get in and out. Well, makes it a little easier to get on and off. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and unbolt it here and here. Now don't let that fall because you don't want that coming down and putting all that tension on this brake line. What you want to do is hang this brake caliper somewhere so it's not putting any kind of tension or weight on this line. Now that the rotor's off, you can see the wheel speed sensor right here. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. So what we're trying to do is turn this enough to get some slack in this sensor wire, just like that, to pull it through. So that gives you enough wire here to pull this sensor out, just like that. Then she'll be able to fish this sensor right through here. Might have to bend this dust shield forward just a tad bit to get it out, just like that. There it is. There's our wheel speed sensor. Now we can go ahead and get the new wheel speed sensor back in there. Now after I have the caliper bracket bolts snugged up in there, I'm going to go ahead and take the torque wrench and torque these to 120 foot-pounds. Okay, before I reroute the wheel speed sensor wiring how it's supposed to be, I want to keep as much slack in it as possible because I'm going to fish this in behind this shock tower. And then I need to be able to reach up there and grab it and pull it down just like we did when we unhooked it. So then we can hook it back up. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so you can see I fished the wheel speed sensor wiring up here. And here's the connector to hook it back in. So let's go ahead and plug it back in. A lot of them have like a red tab in here. It's like a safety tab. Keep this from unlocking, but this wheel speed sensor must have been changed 100 times because this one doesn't have it. So now we need to go ahead and get this connector back up where the shock tower is and shove these push pins back into the shock tower to keep this wiring in place. Okay, there it is, guys. That's how to install a front wheel speed sensor on a Jeep JK or JKU. Now, there is still a couple things you need to do before you move the vehicle. You need to get the tire back on there, torque at the spec, pump the brakes, clear the codes, and then take it out and test drive it. And make sure there's no lights that come back on. No lights, then you're good to go. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. You guys have a good one. Hopefully this video helped you out. Take it easy.